Coming up on Winning Bets, it's our weekly NASCAR show for a chance to win $35,000. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, it's the weekend, so it's time to do our weekly NASCAR show that we do, where NBC Sports Predictor app is giving away $10,000. And over there on the Finish Line app, they're giving away $25,000 on this week's NASCAR race. This is taken at Daytona International Speedways. And guys, just to give you some general thoughts off the top of the show before we dig on into our picks for each contest, this is a tough race to handicap. This is a restrictor plate race, which means anything can happen. We've seen it over the years. This one is really hard to analyze. If anyone is trying to handicap this race, to be quite honest, they're just full of themselves. You cannot predict Daytona. This is the one track you just can't predict. You've always heard of, here comes the big one. Well, to go along with the big wreck in the end, when everybody's trying to, scramble up towards the finish line, that's a lot of mini wrecks throughout the entire race. This is just unbelievably hard to predict. I mean, the amount of cars that finished the race with duct tape, being, their bumpers held on by tape is just astronomically high. Let me even give you guys this stat. You guys know I always do the research. I love doing the research, as a matter of fact. And in terms of real bets, we've actually made money the last 2 weekends and on NASCAR races. So I was thinking, all right, well, let me just dig into this race, see what the research says. The two guys who have the best average finish, and since 2017, you guys know I love to look at the last 6 races, so going back the last 3 years and just looking at guys' recent form at the track. Who do you think has the 2 best average finishes at Daytona on the last 6 races? AJ Allmendinger comes in at number 1, and Justin Haley comes in at number 2. Yeah, if you just said who the F are those guys, I'm right there with you. I've heard of Allmendinger. I mean, give him a little credit. I've at least, that name kind of rings in my bell from years ago. But Justin Haley, what? These guys are the 2 best average finishes. That just shows you that it's complete mayhem, multiple wrecks. Like I said, always the big one. The safest place to be in Daytona is you either get way up in the front or you just go way in the back, and then due to the restrictor plate, if you are in the back, you can just zoom to the front, in no time at Daytona. So it's hard to know where guys will position, right? Because strategy could say, all right, well, we'll just hang out in the back. We'll avoid all the wrecks, and then, with 5 laps to go, we'll, hurry, scamper on up to the front of the line. So just impossible to handicap. Anybody who does is, like I said, they're lying to themselves. So I'm just going to go ahead, give you my picks. If you guys want to follow me on this race, by all means, go for it. If not, we'll come back at it next week. I'm already looking forward to next week's race. I've already started to do the research to set a normal track, one you can predict. And like I said, we've cashed the last 2 weekends, so we'll look forward to next week's race. But let's jump on into it. Let's start off with the NBC Sports Predictor app. You guys recall this is the one where they give you stage 1 and 2, and then the final stage, and you got to pick the driver that's going to have the best finish amongst the group. And then all you got to do is pick a top three guys. All right, so stage 1, I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski. He actually starts 4th, which is best amongst these group of drivers, so I like that. At the end, that is stage 1, so go ahead and give me Brad Keselowski. If you are playing this game with perhaps a significant other and you've hijacked their phone and downloaded the app and you wanted to give yourself another chance to win $10,000, I would also go with William Byron. I thought it was close between Keselowski and Byron. Byron is actually just outside of the playoff race, so he needs to get as many points as he can. So if he can steal stage 1, he's starting just behind Keselowski. If he can go ahead and get some stage 1 points, that'd be really big for his push for making the playoffs. So William Byron there if you're, playing on your wife's phone. All right, stage 2. Let's go ahead and give it to Joey Logano. Again, it's a crapshoot. I mean, this racetrack's difficult. So stage 2, give me Logano, and stage 3, give me Jimmy Johnson. Much like William Byron, they're actually teammates, and they're right behind Jimmy Johnson, 4 points out of the playoff. So, this is the last race before the playoffs begin. He has to have a strong showing here. Give me the veteran there in stage 3 at Jimmy Johnson. All right, as for a top 3, let's go Austin Dillon, let's go Jimmy Johnson, and let's go Kevin Harvick. Got to get one big boy up in there, right? Give me Harvick. All right, so to recap, let's go Keselowski, Logano, Johnson, Dillon, Austin Dillon, that is, Johnson, and let's go Harvick to round out the top 3. All right, let's move on over to the Finish Line app. That's a chance where you can win $25,000. That's the one where they give you 8 questions. The first 6 are just pick the driver with the best finish amongst the group. Question 7 is who's going to win, and question 8 is who's going to finish in second place. Again, guys, literally almost just pulling names out of hats. I almost the first when I think I was on group 2 or 3. I started to, when I hit submit, I would like almost close my eyes and just go like one of these, and whatever one I hit. That's how impossible this racetrack is to predict. Group 1, I'm going to go with Hamlin. Group 2, I'm going to go with Bowman. Group 3, I'm going to go with Austin Dillon. Group 4, give me Byron. Group 5, give me Buescher. Group 6, give me the other Dillon, Ty that is. And remember, Group 6 is who's going to F up the least. All those guys are going to wreck. Who's going to F up the least or F up last? I give it the honors to Ty Dillon. The winner, give me Hamlin on this app. I'm going to go with Hamlin on this app. In second place, give me Logano. So no need to do the recap because I've got all 8 questions up right there. So anyways, that's how I'm going to submit mine across these 2 apps for a chance to win a total of $35,000. Again, come back next week. A lot more predictable race. Like I said, we've cashed the last 2 weeks in terms of real bets on the NASCAR circuit. So we'll look to put in the work, put in the research come next week and be profitable again. Until then, enjoy Sunday's race or Saturday's race. I think it's actually Saturday's race. Enjoy the race, and we'll see who makes the playoffs. All right, guys. Jason Mattis. See you next time.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.